Today's the day! I got my web-based interview this morning, and I'm so excited. I woke up, I went to work at 8 o'clock, and I worked from 8 to 9. And then I got home, and I was laying in the bed because I crossed the 10 and I was exhausted. And I got an email saying, from Disney Recruiting, saying, thank you for submitting an application. And I was like, okay, I didn't, but okay. And then, so I was, like, looking into that. I was about to, like, go on Twitter and see if anybody had gotten anything like that. And then, the next minute, I got one that said, action required. Congratulations, we want you to participate in a web-based interview. And I was like, oh my gosh. Because it's been, 11 days I've been waiting, which is a short time compared to the entire season, but a long time to wait when it's something you want to do that bad. Yeah, so I'm going to take it tonight, and I'll probably take my camera and record that. Yeah, so I'm super excited. I made it to the next part. Fingers crossed, because now I feel like I actually have a chance. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
She's looking at you, Caroline.
About to begin the web-based...
It's just for me. And Chelsea and Faith, but not Caroline.
It's much quieter when I do this in my room at school. Anyways, I'm about to begin my...
She might need help.
Yeah, I do want people to read over it.
Murphy's here to help. Read it out loud when you say it.
So many human beings and
living
things around me. Okay, so here's the email that I got today. Saying that action is required. They would like me to do a web-based interview. And, talks about blah, blah, blah. Says that this is not an actual job offer at the moment, so don't get my... To complete your web-based interview, click the link below. So I'm going to begin. I know you ain't watching The Simpsons while I'm making the most important interview of my life, kid. Boy, watching The Simpsons. Okay, so I know this is timed, so I'm gonna peace out. So I just finished my web-based interview, and immediately when I finished, which, by the way, it was the most stressful thing I think I've ever done. I'm not being sarcastic at all.
No, I think you are being completely... That's the most stressful thing you've ever done?
She's a little dramatic.
Anyways, so immediately when I finished, it said this page right here. It says in 24 hours I can schedule my phone interview, and then we will go from there. So that's it. Yeah, the questions were, they were very intimidating questions. I'll say that. Yes, the key is to make sure you're consistent is what I read. That's what I did, and I passed, so there it is. Bye-bye. Okay, let's do this one more time. This is the third time I've had to make this video because the first time I did it this morning, I forgot to turn on the microphone and I went to edit this video to put it together and I realized I had forgot to turn the microphone on. So I marched myself over here and I sat down and did it again for 10 minutes this time. Got done. I had forgotten to turn on the microphone again because it's separate from the camera. And so it has its own power button, and I forgot again. But I am positive it is on now, so this will be my final WBI debrief video, hopefully. So, I took it on August 30th. I got the email early that morning about it. I've already talked about this. But yeah, so I took it around 10:30 at night. As you can see in the video, it was crowded in there. I had my mom, my dad, and my sister, and my cat, and some of my little brother were standing all in the kitchen when I was taking it. Yeah, a lot going on. Needless to say, it was very stressful when I was taking it because they all got quiet and were there to help me, but I was looking for each one of their individual feedback every time I got to a question, which was tough because the questions are timed. One section, you have 50 seconds, and then the rest of the sections you only have 20. And there were a couple of times where I wasn't completely set on an answer I had picked, and it moved on without me because I ran out of time. So that's one tip that I would say. Go with your gut answer first, and then start to think about it because you don't want to run out of time and have no answer. First section was multiple choice, and it was really weird. I barely remember them, but Like one question was, there's a little boy hammering and he's 5 years old and he hits his thumb and he starts crying and he won't stop. So what do you do? And the 4 choices were like make him laugh and take his mind off of it, teach him how to use the hammer, care for his thumb, or there was some other 4th thing that was kind of similar to care for his thumb. But I chose care for his thumb because I was thinking safety, one of the 4 keys, but that's what I put. It was a lot of questions where it seemed like more than one answer was right, and I don't know if there was a right or wrong answer, but I'm leaning towards no, because it was a lot could have been right. Like there were many times where I was like, both of these answers seem like they are what Disney wants to hear and what I want to answer, but I have no idea, so I just picked one. But it shows you one question at a time, you have your timer on it, or you can click past it when you're done. You can't go back and look at what you've done, so keep that in mind when you do it. That's why I wanted to have somebody there reading over my questions, which I did enjoy. If I was just doing it again, I would only have one person there with me, because I was looking for each of their feedback every time I had a question, and it took a long time. But yeah, it took me right at 30 minutes to do. And so the first section, was multiple choice, and then I think there were 4 or 5 sections total. I think 4. The others were like ranking things, and it was more based on you than like what would you do. So it would say things like a statement, and then like strongly agree, strongly disagree, or like the whole scale in between. And then another section was I'm worried about this, ranked all the way through I'm excited about this. Another one was this does not sound like me, this sounds just like me. Stuff like that. I heard before that they would rephrase questions in a different way than what they had asked you in a previous section, and that for sure happened. It's like, I'm a hard worker. You'd say strongly agree, because why wouldn't you? And then the next section would be, I maintain high energy throughout my workday. And so, knowing that I had put, I'm a hard worker, strongly agree, I put, where did I put? This sounds a lot like me. High energy throughout my workday. See what I'm saying? So, that's definitely a thing to keep in mind when you take it. But yeah, so it took me right at 30 minutes, and as soon as I finished, it gave me the message to schedule my phone interview in 24 hours, but then like 5 minutes later anyways, it gave me the option to schedule it. And so I scheduled it for September 11th at 11:30 in the morning. So that's exactly 1 week away from today when I'm doing this video. So that's exciting, and it's nice. I can just kind of hang out in my status right now. I don't have to worry about anything. I'm just kind of, of course I'm worrying about my phone interview, but I know where my status is, so I'm not an application received anymore. So for my phone interview, I made this nice poster. I saw it on Facebook, and I really liked it, so I made one myself. On here, I have a lot of things just for quick reference while I'm doing my phone interview. Side note, I also made a Quizlet of 158 possible phone interview questions that I found online, and I briefly answered all those. And that's something I'm just going to start skimming through a couple of days before, because I don't want to sound super rehearsed when I am doing my interview. Anyways, so the poster. I have my roles, and I have them ranked by high interest, moderate, low, and no interest. They're in no order on here, but these that have a little pink on the outside of them are like right here for my preferences. Like if I could choose, these pink ones are the ones that I would pick. I also have a space for my recruiter's name, so right when they say it, when I get on the call, I'll scribble it down so that at the end I can thank them by name for their time. I have a countdown here at the bottom until my phone interview, so I already got to cross one off, which was exciting. I have the 4 keys listed, just for quick reference. I also have a little bit of encouragement there for me, which is cute. Yeah, I went crazy and drew a bunch of Mickey balloons on it and all that. And then I have my preferences listed. And so, preferred park, Magic Kingdom, or Animal Kingdom. And Animal Kingdom is specifically for the Kilimanjaro Safari, which is like my number one, what I want to do. Location, I have the Emporium on Main Street, Jungle Cruise. What's next? A character attendant for Mickey, Minnie, Princesses. I also want to be a character attendant at the Launch Bay. Let's see. Front desk at the Wilderness Lodge or the Polynesian Resort, and World of Disney merchandise. Preferred roles: PhotoPass, Watercraft, character attendant, attractions, front desk, and merchandise. Those are my top roles. And then preferred arrival date is January 13th. And that's all I have on that. But yeah, so that's all I have, and I'll probably record when I do my phone interview and make a whole separate video about that if anybody cares to watch, they can watch it.
is